Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today is another awesome Dollar Tree DIY. I'm calling it a bicycle planner, wall art, and all the above. Here are some materials that you will need: some wood dowels. You will need also the wire wreath from Dollar Tree holder, some cardboard, any type. Um, those you will not need. I was originally going to use those to make handles, but I couldn't figure it out, so don't worry about that. You need something that's going to be able to cut the actual wire wreath holder, and you will need something that's like this. This is from Dollar Tree as well, from fall. I'm using the stick portion to actually make the bicycle wheel holder for. Also, you will need a basket. This is something I had around the house. I got from Goodwill. I painted it all black, but let's jump into it. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut this circle into two half circles to make a moon. And this is going to be the base for the wheel of the bicycle. Yes, I am using a cuticle cutter to cut the wire. I use this cuticle cutter for like everything in my DIYs. You will see this. It's like awesome. It cuts through everything. So I just love using a cuticle cutter. So that's just me personally. So once you got those two cut from each other, that is how it will look when you remove the other parts of the sign, and it will be gorgeous. So now you want to get you a cup, any diameter you choose, and draw a half circle and then cut it out on the cardboard so that you can affix this to help you create that bike look. So I did not show how I separated the sign from the stick for the yard sign from Dollar Tree because it's very simple. You just pop it off. It's held by staples. And now I'm taking that actual cutout from the cardboard to center it on the stick so that it can emulate the front tire of a bicycle as much as possible by finding the center. And then I'm going to use my hot glue to glue it on. Once you get this on here and drying, you then want to find a way to attach the half circle onto the stick. So what I did was I had a handsaw, well, I guess you call it that, and I just used the tip part to dig circles into the areas that the actual metal pieces touch. So I can push it into that stick as much as possible, and then I can add some glue just for a little more security. But you can use whatever you have. If you have a drill, make sure you don't drill all the way through. You can use scissors, you can use a knife. Just be careful and just, dig the holes in there as much as possible, and then use some hot glue to add a bit more security. You could also use E600, but that takes a long time for it to actually dry. So for the DIY purposes of this video, I'm using hot glue. Fun fact, do you know what is it called for those silver spiky things that connect the center of a bike to the outer rim? It's called a spoke. I never knew that all my life. I never had a reason to know it, but making this DIY, I wanted to make sure I am naming things properly so those can know exactly what it is versus me saying what I just said, but you probably would have knew it anyway by me explaining what I was trying to say. But the technical term for what I'm about to make is called a spoke, and I will be using wooden dowels so that I can create the spokes. And all I'm doing to get the correct measurement is placing it against the outer part of the circle to the inner part of the circle, and just using a pen mark to mark it, and then once again using my cuticle cutter to break the dowel and hot glue it into place. A quick tip is you don't need a lot of these dowels to look like the spokes, but I chose to put at least 4, maximum 5 because of the size of it, but I guess the bigger you make it, the more you will need. You don't want to overcrowd it though. Now once that dries, you will get your black spray paint, and there you have it. You have the finished product of what it will look like once you put it on your wall. wall. So I got these flowers from Joanne a long time ago, maybe like over a year, and I was using them for just some fake door flake flake fake floral arrangements in the house, and I was like, that'll be so cute against this black on my wall. So I just put two long stems on both sides of the wheel, and I used some hot glue to actually keep them as close as possible to the center, and I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Any flowers will work perfect with this DIY, but I wasn't about to go spend some money for Dollar Tree flowers when I had some in the house. But yeah, so once you do that, now you're going to go right ahead and affix your basket to the very tip of that piece of wood. And I measured my wood to make sure it would be enough to affix my basket on. So make sure you're going to do that as well, so that you do not take all this time making everything just to realize it's too freaking short. I'd rather it be too long than too short. And I put a bunch of hot glue at the very end of the stick, and then I'm just pressing the basket against it and going to let it sit so it can dry to adhere 100%. You can always use a mixture of hot glue and E600. I'm just using hot glue. I didn't even put E600, and it is still holding up on my wall right now without a problem. And that's exactly what it looks like when you leave just hot glue on it. It's fixing perfectly. Now you're going to put it on your wall and just put some flowers in there. My basket had little hoop holes, so I just put it on the wall with the Dollar Tree white hooks that you can take off by pulling the bottom part, and I spread out the flowers, and look how pretty this is. Like, these flowers were perfect for what I wanted to do. And I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. Share, 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 give me a like, become a friend, and subscribe to me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.